Today we've been asked by this local McDonald's to look at the CCTV cameras that cover the drive-thru. If you've ever felt like you're being watched when you order your McChicken nuggets, that's because you are. Inside these order screens there is a tiny pinhole camera that links back to a screen on the drive-thru window, but at this McDonald's they don't seem to be working particularly well. So our task for today is to try and get these cameras up and running. We're going to do that and keep this drive-thru operational at midday on a Tuesday. Wish us luck. So the first job's going to be, we've took the back panel of the drive-thru window screen off. We're not going to touch any of the other gubbins inside here because that's nothing to do with us. We're literally just bothered about the tiny pinhole camera that sits inside. So we can check whether it's getting voltage, and we can also check using our tester if the camera itself gives us an output of video onto here. We're one into there. No. Oh yeah, there we are. Oh, so it's fine. It's outputting.
Yeah.
The camera itself.
Side, then, is it?
Well, actually, that's not great because as soon as you touch those wires, can you see?
Flickering here.
Can you see that, Dean?
I can't see it.
Tilt it down a little bit. As soon as I touch those wires, it flickers. I'd still want to get a new BNC end on there because they seem to be push fit BNCs. Yeah. That's why it's got that. You see them little teeth there that grab on. But at least we know the camera itself is okay, and it's getting 12 volts, so we know it's not a power issue. Because without 12 volt, it wouldn't output anything there. No, there's no water in there. You know when the go powdery.
Yeah.
That's when you know. When you know the water's got inside the cable. If it goes all powdery inside there, because it's just basically rotted it from the inside. Which actually might mean that there is a fault on that cable. But a cable goes down and underneath the drive-thru, and then somehow into the building, but we're not sure how yet.
Yeah. I've immediately lost the bullet. Like straight away. Straight away. I have got another end.
Just take it out of that for now.
Yeah. Sorted.
Cool.
One new end.
So if I put that onto there, put it to tone. Problem is, there's just that many cameras and that much voltage now in that cabinet. It's whether it will work properly. Let's go and see if we can find that inside the cabinet. Pete Hart, open a cabinet. There we are. That didn't really give me much anyway, did it? Ah, there we are, we found it already. It's one of these. Which one it is, I don't know. Because they're all making the noise. It's probably because they're all splitting off one another. So the cameras from the drive-thru seem to come through into this four-way splitter, which I imagine splits the signal off so that it can send to the recorder and then to the monitors that go to the drive-thru. So let's... The problem with them all being joined together is that the signal now from the tone generator is sending that signal down, but also into this box, which is then, just like it would pass video signal on, is also passing on the tone generator. Ah, that's pretty strong. Oh, no, it's not anymore. So it's not, I don't think it's that one either. It's pretty strong, that. Pop it back for now and I'll test that other one. And if that one's not anywhere near as strong as this, then I'm going to try cutting the end off that one. So if it's not this one, no, it's not that one. You can see that's completely dead. So it must be this one. Sorry, mate. Right, guys, I've found the cable in which it is.
Right.
So if we plug the camera back in, I'll take the tester inside and plug it into that cable. It gives me a signal to the camera. We know that cable is all right. So fingers crossed. Because if it's not, yeah, it could get really complicated really quick. You can probably see better in here what I was trying to do out there, which is plug the BNC into my tester, go onto analog camera. No. Just like we've done outside. Although that won't be corroded, but it's good practice to put a new end on it. Right, moment of truth. No. Still no better.
Just the other side.
But that doesn't do the input.
No, I mean, here's the other side. It's split. I know we try and generate, but maybe the tone generator was bleeding into it.
Put your hand on that one then. Yeah, it's the opposite drive-through window, that one. So it's not that one that we're looking for. Well, I tell you what we could do actually, we could test it in reverse, couldn't we? If I send the signal back down that, the tone signal back down that, to the cab at the road, it will tell us whether this is the cable we're looking for. Right, that's the tone going out of there.
Yeah.
So it's got to be that cable.
The chicken wrap.
With network cable, if you short it, the tone stops, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And that tells you it's definitely that cable. If you short it using... So I imagine it uses the outside and inside coppers. Hold the tone on there for me. As I touch these together, it should go away.
Oh, using the app today?
No, it doesn't. But I don't know if that works in the same way that network cable works.
Yeah.
Shouldn't get anything off that inside at all.
It flashes up trying to say it's like it's attempting to get video,
Right.
and then it just goes no. But if you plug the opposite drive-through BNC in, that one's fine. I can see you stood there on that window. Have you managed to get that other grid up?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, you have?
I mean, it's sodden down here.
But they're designed to be sat in water. Have you got the toner? Yeah, can you not find it down there?
We're bleeding through all of it.
It's got to come from that direction though, hasn't it? That's the problem we've got in the cabinet, is it's just bleeding.
Yeah.
It's just, they're all
Just
sat
everywhere.
so close. Ah, see, it's less then, isn't
I'm
it?
not getting anything off that.
Ah, there you are.
Oh, here's at the bottom.
It's like coming and going there, isn't
This
it?
one, yeah.
Then where does it go from there?
Oh,
Oh. Yeah, but even so, how would we...
I mean, if it's toning the actual trunking, you're never going to
But
be able to
that's...
separate it. So it must go up into the ceiling and then across the false ceiling and down.
Right, so it's not that containment. It's more than likely this one. To give you a recap of what we found, the cable goes from the office where we were stood inside in the comms room. It somehow wiggles its way through the building, comes down here. It comes under these two grids. And then to the camera. If I plug my tester into the camera itself, it gives me a video output. If I plug it into the cable that goes to the comms cabinet, I get nothing. So it suggests there's either an issue with the cable. Yeah, it suggests there's something wrong on that cable then. But to rerun this cable is not an easy job because it comes down through the grids and then disappears into the building. But the bit I can't understand the most is that the cables usually, the signal bleeds. So when we say bleed, I mean like when you put the toner on a bunch of cables, you're not sure which cable it is because the signal's just transferring to all of them because they're not shielded cables. But it's unusual to hear it through trunking. But it is metal trunking, so if the cable's broken inside here, surely, if it's perished enough, will copper be touching this? And that's why the signal's easy to hear. We need to get this trunking lid off and figure out what's behind it. This is our cable, the black one. See, it's fine. I mean, that one's mouldy as out.
Yeah. Stinks as well.
Lovely.
Rains.
It does smell a bit like drains, doesn't it? Well,
It's just kind of shut, isn't it?
just leave it like that for a minute. I want to see how much slack's on these cables, you see. I'd expect that to be like you could almost like floss it between.
Yeah. There's no giving it at all.
No, I don't obviously want to pull it too much and damage it.
It was at this point that we felt like we were chasing our tail. We just kept going over the same routes, trying to find exactly where these cables ran to, but every time we found something, it just led us to a new dead end, and we had to go back over our work to check it again. But this is just the beauty of fault-finding cables that you didn't install in the first place, and it always throws a challenge at us, which we love doing.
There's blue wires in that chunk in there, isn't there? That go down to the ground, but then no blue wires appear anywhere.
So are you using the app today? No, what can I get for you?
Because you can't see them white cables. That white cable looks like that white cable in that thing, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
The blue cables look like the blue, and the blacks are the blacks. And it makes sense.
There's no sign of the white or the blue in either of these.
It makes sense for them to all be
Run together.
the cables that run to there
Just
and
under
there.
the brickwork. They're probably still inducting, but they've not left access unless access is like under here somewhere or.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. I will go and ask if they will close lane one. Oh no, they're both one.
The left-hand lane.
Close lane left one. Right, situation update. We've managed to, well, we've not, the staff, I asked them to turn the particular drive-through window off and they've managed to turn the whole of the drive-through off. So we've got a very limited window of time now to try and get this sorted so that they can turn everything back on. We think that the cables are run, we think these ducts are a bit of a wild goose chase. We think these were put in when the drive-through was updated, but the original speaker stands were run through separate ducting. We can find the black, blue and white wires inside the actual speaker units, but we can't see them running through the ducts. And it would make sense that they were running when the drive-through was originally built rather than being an add-on. So what we're going to try and do is get a ferret, which is a little camera, down there so that we can see where that duct runs to and figure out from there. But I thought I would have put it back in here. Unless it's loose in that cardboard box down the side. Yeah, that duct is full of water.
It was at this point that the guys at Mackey's told us that there is actually a false floor that leads to the wall that backs onto the drive-through. So I dived down there just to see if I could find exactly where these cables ran and if they ran through that false floor, but unfortunately it was a complete dead end again.
So, Rick's been down, who knows kind of the setup of this Mackey's a little bit better than we do. We've been under the floor trying to find where the duct for this screen runs out, but we haven't found that. We think when they've refurbed the drive-through and put these new bigger screens in, that's when these ducts have been introduced. We really need to, if we can, verify that the cables that go to the cameras on the screens work to this point, because the fault might not even be under the drive-through. And if it's not, then we don't need to worry about finding a new route to the screens like we're trying to do before. So Gazzy's going to put a new end on it. We're going to see if we can definitely home in on which cable it is, and essentially we could just probably cut it, put an end on it, plug a camera in, and as long as that works, we're all right. We know that that leg of it is all right. Hang on a minute. No, that'd have been nice. Imagine if there was a duct under there then.
I mean, unless we've got how many BNC couplers have we got?
Well, that's what I was thinking of doing, is cutting them outside and coupling them.
Both of them.
Yeah, but the problem is they're not really a watertight coupler, are they? I'm just literally now looking at watertight couplers, see if we can get any. They're all like cat cable though. Well, we don't need to waterproof if they're in the ceiling above you, do we? Cut them there, yeah. Right, so we think we've had a bit of a brainwave, which is that the cables above the ceiling in the staff room, before they go outside and drop down to go underneath the drive-through, if we cut them and put new ends on them, and if we can get the camera working off the end, or a camera working off the end of that cable, we know that the length from there to the comms room works absolutely fine. If it doesn't, we know the fault's further down, which might actually be a good thing because it means that the cable underneath the drive-through is okay. But until we know, up until the point in which that cable leaves the building and goes outside, we don't know if it's all right or not. So I need to get some couplers out of the van. Which are here. What I'm thinking is we cut the cable,
Yeah. Re-terminate.
re-terminate it with a BNC,
Yeah. Test
then
bar.
put the tester on this side and the camera. I'll nick a camera from the office,
Right.
plug it into that side, and that'll verify that cable's okay.
Yeah.
If it works from here to there, we know from this run's fine. It's just the run under the drive-through,
We can
which
tell
is the
that.
most likely point for it to fail, really. So you've got one chance of cutting the right cable.
Head to tails.
Heads.
Loose one it is.
There was 2 cables that ran out of this ceiling and into that trunking that was external because there was 2 kiosks. So we had a 1 in 2 chance of cutting the right cable first time. Luckily, we did.
There we go. Yeah, so that way is fine.
We know that the cable coming from the comms cab to here is fine because that camera powers up. So let's take that camera now off. Come with us, Dean. Come with me. Might be really complicated to see, but what I essentially did was grab the camera from the office, use the end that goes to where we were just above the ceiling, and found some power, which was down here, and that gave us the video signal. So we'll take the camera outside now and see that the outside is working. Sorry guys, can you hold that? There's definitely something wrong with that camera going underneath that.
The guys just plugged on it. Oh, yeah, there we go. At least we're getting a signal this time.
Yeah, this time at least we're getting some sort of image, but
That's what I didn't know. Same.
Well, no, it's better, but worse at the same time.
Right.
So the camera transmits enough video now to give a picture, but that picture's just
Not even remotely usable.
no.
So the fault's got to be under the drive-through then?
Yeah. It's just so unusual for them to not leave hatches to access stuff like that. Do you know what I mean?
How long has this McDonald's been here for? Must have
For a
been
while.
Oh, like
when they built that drive-through.
20 years.
I was here when I was at uni, so
yeah, but you would always think you'd
I'm at college.
plan for. Ceiling tiles are a bane of my life. Hey, there we are. So in case I didn't explain that very well inside, the cable runs underground, but there's no clear hatches in the floor to pull the cable out of. So we could tape a new cable too, but there's no way to figure out how to pull it out of the ground and then send it back up into the ceiling to get it back to the comms room. So at least we figured out that the fault is definitely okay from here to the comms room back. We know it's underneath here, and we're gonna have to speak directly with the customer to figure out exactly how they want us to go about fixing it. So for now, we're gonna put everything back as it was, make sure everything's all nice and neat, open the drive-through lane that's been now closed for a good hour or so, which has caused manic queues out the other side. So there we have it. That was our day fault finding the camera system that feeds the drive-through at the McDonald's close to our shop. Hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.